Let's just start with the basic mechanics. There is an interesting equity investment going on here. Why did you go down this route with the investor rather than just kind of a straight equity kind of deal?
Good morning, Ed. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be on your show. PDG has grown at a phenomenal rate over the last 6 years, as you mentioned, and we have three of the world's largest investors: Warburg Pincus, Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, and Mubadala. And we are at a juncture where we thought it's a great time to have an alternative investor, an infrastructure investor like Stonepeak come in. That gives us tremendous level of optionality, how we can grow from here. For example, Warburg still is interested to grow with the company. They see a tremendous growth ahead, and they having been in the business for 7 years, they are keen to continue for some more time. So with that in mind, an opportunity to grow, also consolidate our position in the market by mergers and acquisitions and other means, gives us an opportunity to really scale up and be a market leader in this part of the world. And Stonepeak really brought a tremendous solution that fitted for what we are looking for, Ed. And that positions us well to capture the AI growth that just started off in Asia.
We've got to talk about that AI growth, but really quickly, were there other investors knocking down your door other than Stonepeak?
Yes, I think we had a lot of interest in the market, Ed, of different folks, large private equity firms, as well as sovereign funds and so on, and as well as insiders who were very keen. And Stonepeak turned out to be the best solution for what we were looking for.
So the big question is, what happens next, right, Rangu? You operate in 6 nations across Asia. What's the next market? And when you think about the next market you enter, how much is it part of the equation how quickly you can build and start operations at any one facility?
Yeah, that's a very important aspect of what the market is looking for. If you look at what our customers look for, our customers are large hyperscalers. These are some of the largest tech companies from the West Coast, as you know. There are two things that matter for these customers when they are expanding in a market like Asia. They want to look for partners who have an execution track record, a track record that is impeccable in the market. Second, they look for operators who have deep capital partners. And PDG brings both to these markets. With that in mind, our strategy is now to expand in new markets, get into new markets like Australia and South Korea. That's on a plan. And second, deepen in the markets that we're already in, like Japan, like India, which are huge markets in the making. And our strategy is to go in and deepen in those markets, as well as enter new markets. That gives us to be a great partner, a trusted partner for the US hyperscalers who are expanding in these markets at a rate like we have never seen before.
Rangu, I think back to Meta's last earnings call and the explanation that one of the reasons they raised the capital expenditures, get guidance and range, wasn't just the commitment, but it was the higher cost of doing business, the higher cost in the supply chain for data center. Do you see higher costs in your supply chain right now?
Not yet, Ed. We haven't seen the implications of any market dynamics that are impacting our supply chain. We have a pretty much good lock-in for the next couple of years on a complete supply chain. And also the good news is for us, a large part of our supplier manufacturing happens in Asia, and that gives us an edge in terms of the cost being lower, being part this side of the world. So overall, we are not seeing cost pressures yet. At the same time, we are seeing a tremendous level of supply opportunities when it comes to power, for example. There are parts of Asia where there's significant excess power and good quality power. That gives us an opportunity to build these large-scale AI data centers, which are closer to this good supply of power at very reasonable cost. And that really positions operators like PDG in Asia very well in the eyes of the large US hyperscalers.
Rangu, I know you just raised a significant chunk of change, but I got to ask about IPO and when you're thinking about a listing.
I think we are well positioned to do a couple of things, either do an IPO in the near term. There's a trade sale opportunity. But the bigger exciting thing, Ed, is to really consolidate our position in the market. We believe the market tells us we are one of the 2 or 3 top players in Asia Pac. And I think we grow at this pace. We have an opportunity to really consolidate the market by making acquisitions and be a much bigger scale in the next 3 to 4 years. And that gives an opportunity for us to go public.